Hey guys, it's Donna from Donna's Cornfree Cooking, and as promised, I am preparing to make my scratch butterscotch pie that is corn-free. And in the pot, which I gotta break it up a little bit, but I've got 1 cup of packed brown sugar, and you can use either the golden brown or the dark brown, and it has to be pure cane sugar, not just regular brown or regular dark brown like you usually find in some of the stores. And to this I am going to add a 1/4 cup of flour. Now in a normal recipe most people would use cornstarch, but with us being allergic to corn, that's not going to work this time. So I'm going to mix that flour in there. Now for me, I can use Knox gelatin, and I've looked it up, and it's not related to corn, at least not the information I've found. So I can use it as well with the flour, and it helps to thicken even more. Now to this I'm going to add, it's actually 12 ounces of evaporated milk and 4 ounces of water. And I always use evaporated milk in my pies because it gives it a really good flavor, and basically it's what I grew up on. So to that, I don't know why I moved my measuring cup, I'm adding 1/3 or 2/3 cup of heavy cream. And we'll see how that does. It's going to make a nice, rich, thick pudding. Get that all mixed in really well. Now I'm going to turn my heat on, and you want to start cooking this on medium. And to this I am adding 1, 2, 3 egg yolks. Actually, I'm going to add 4. Most recipes will call for 3. Most of my cream pie recipes, like lemon meringue, coconut, and whatever, it calls for 4 egg yolks. So I'm going to do the 4. And this recipe is very easy. I've already baked my pie shell. It's cooling, sitting to the side. And I'm going to get this started here. And then the only other ingredient I add at this moment, it's like 7 ingredients. I'm going to add about a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And it's sea salt. I never use anything but my sea salt. And I've set the camera up today so that you can all see what I'm doing here. And with that brown sugar, it already looks like butterscotch. So I'm just going to keep whipping this with the wire whip. Set these over to the side. In the sink, keep stirring this. The next thing we will add is butter when it starts to thicken. And as I said before, this is super simple. And I grew up with a mother, all my pies, all her pies, even my grandmother, was all done with evaporated milk. She very rarely used regular milk or heavy cream. Heavy cream just gives it a little extra richness. But you could use just all evaporated milk if you wanted. So we're going to get this cooking here. And the recipe calls for me to cook it over medium high, and then I turn it Once it starts boiling, I turn it to medium-low and let it cook it for 5 minutes so it can thicken. Now this pie, the crust that you'd want to make would be my sweet pastry dough, which is in the video. The recipe for that is in the link description on the video for my sweet pastry dough and pecan pie. So you can go there to get that pastry recipe. Today though, the recipe I'm doing this for friends. So they're not allergic to corn, so I'm just doing a regular pie shell that I went out and got to save time. I won't be eating it, so it's not going to harm me. But when you're doing this for yourself and your family, you want to use that sweet pastry dough because it's all corn-free and it's quite good. And you can get 2 crusts, like for cream pies, out of one recipe. So I hope you guys will check that out. It's a good little video. It was when I was first starting, and so I was a little crazy in it. But it came out good. That was the important thing. The result was good. So I'm going to keep stirring here. And I'm going to cut off right this moment, and then I'll come back when I'm ready to add the butter and the maple syrup. So I'll see you in a few. Okay guys, as you can see, it is really starting to bubble and it's starting to thicken. So I'm going to continue cooking this for 5 minutes. I've got it turned down to medium-low. It is really getting thick, which is great because then you have a nice firm pie when you cut into it when it cools off. So we'll see how this goes. I've got to put my timer on for at least 4 minutes because it's been cooking for about 1. And we'll see how it comes out. You just keep stirring it because you do not want it to stick. There's nothing worse than a cream-filled pie that sticks when you're cooking it. It has the most horrible taste. Now, it's not going to take long to get this good and thick like we want it for the pie shell. So I'll be back in just another few minutes when I'm ready to add the butter and the maple syrup, and then you continue to cook it till it thickens more. See you in a minute. Okay guys, I'm down to about 35 seconds before adding my butter and my maple syrup. And as you can hear my KitchenAid in the background, I'm getting my meringue whipped up that'll go on top of this. And I used the 4 egg whites that came from the 4 eggs that I used in the pudding. This would be great just as a pudding for your family, and serve it with fresh whipped cream that you make from the heavy cream, because we can't use Cool Whip or whipped cream sprays. Okay, that's ended. Now I'm adding 1, 2, 3 tablespoons of butter, and I'm going to add 2 tablespoons, 1, 2 of pure maple syrup. And the reason for that is because vanilla has alcohol in it, which is made from corn. So you don't want to use any extract. Pure vanilla syrup is perfect. I'm going to let that cook for another minute while it continues to thicken even more. When I pull up my whip, when it starts holding its shape and the same design on top of it, then I know it's almost thick enough. Get the rest of that out of there. Okay. Adjust that so it can cook a little bit more. Get my pie shell over here so I can get ready to put that in. It's still boiling pretty good. It's getting really nice and thick. As you can see, I think it's pretty much ready, and the more it cools, the thicker it'll get. So I'm going to put it into the shell. Okay, now can you see that beautiful pie? Look how gorgeous. Now I'm going to get my meringue finished and put it on top, and I will stick it in the oven for 5 minutes to brown it, and I'll come back and show you the finished result. See you soon. Oh no. There you go, guys. Take a look at that beautiful pie. I'm going to let it completely cool, and then what I will do is cut it into slices, and I've got some dessert boxes that I will be putting them in on little plates, and then we're going to take them and deliver them to some friends as a tasty treat for their meal. So until next time, guys, I hope you all stay safe, take care, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and be sure to hit that bell for new notifications of new videos. So until next time, guys, we'll see you soon. Bye.